Round 2 of the 2024-2025 BKT United Rugby Championship is nearly upon us. Looking to build on its shortened but stellar opening round of action, the league has a full slate of 8 matches this weekend, as the South African teams return to action for the first time in 2024. Getting things underway on Friday evening will be 2 matches, the first of which will see defending champions the Glasgow Warriors looking to rebound from their opening round 1 loss to Ulster Rugby when they host Benetton, who themselves had an unsatisfactory result in round 1, getting a draw at home to the Scarlets. Crossing the Irish Sea, where Leinster Rugby will host the Dragons in a battle of undefeated sides. This match will take place at the iconic Aviva Stadium, as Leinster's regular home ground, the RDS, remains under development. From Friday evening to Saturday morning, and from Europe to South Africa, we travel to Johannesburg for the first match involving a South African team this season, as the Emirates Lions host Ulster Rugby. Travelling the short distance from Johannesburg to Pretoria, where the Vodacom Bulls return to action for the first time since losing the final last season. They will host another Scottish team this time, but it will be Edinburgh Rugby and not the Glasgow Warriors, who they lost to in the final. Returning back to Europe, where we will see Season 2 champions Munster Rugby hit the road for the first time this season following their opening and dramatic round match against Connacht. They will be hosted by Zebre, who themselves fell to a disappointing loss as they couldn't quite complete a comeback against Cardiff, despite what was a very impressive performance from the team that has struggled the most in the league over the past few years. Staying in Europe, we will have our second Welsh derby. This time we will see the Scarlets hosting Cardiff. For the Scarlets, obviously getting a draw with Benetton was probably a pretty good result for them on the road, whilst Cardiff downed Zebre at home with 4 tries, but were really clinging on towards the end to seal the result. From here, we'll go back to Ireland, as the South African teams hitting the road for the first time this season will see the Sharks travel to Galway, where they will face Connacht in what should be a highly entertaining match between 2 teams who love to give the ball some air. Concluding the weekend's action, we will see the DHL Stormers, champions of Season 1, take on the Ospreys in what should be an intriguing match for the Stormers, who will be looking to get back on the horse in following what was a down season by their high standards, i.e. it was the first season they didn't make the final last year. This weekend's action will have a few key points to follow on. Firstly, for the Irish teams, they will be short of their top young talent as the Emerging Ireland Tour will be taking place over the coming weeks. For those unfamiliar with the tour, it is essentially a depth-building exercise for the national team, where several of the national coaches will take the top young talent in Irish rugby on a 3-match tour of South Africa, where they get to work more closely as a squad and looking to build towards the next Rugby World Cup. For the South African teams, they too will be short of a lot of their top talent as the Springboks look to get the Rugby Championship all wrapped up against Argentina following their slip-up in round 5. So the Springboks will be hosting Los Pumas in what is the Rugby Championship decider and what should be a cracking test match at the same time as the URC, which is also, interestingly enough, live and exclusive on FloRugby. To check out all of these interesting matches and the rest of the season, as well as the top 14 and the Rugby Championship, check out FloRugby's subscription packages, where we have all of the live action, all of the replays, and all of the match highlights available to check out. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe and leave a comment. Thanks for checking it out, and we hope to see you very soon at FloRugby.